everybody, and welcome to the Agile Hive for Jira Cloud December review. Nice that you are all tuning in today. And I'm Daniel. I'm going to show you around a bit in the next few minutes. And let's start with our outlook on the next review. And as you probably see, we will skip the January review because it would be scheduled for the 2nd of January, and most of us will still be on vacation then. So we just decided to skip it and have a fresh start into the year in February. So February 6th, it's still the first Thursday of the month. And at the same time, same Google Meet URL, we'll meet again in the new year. For this review, we have some general updates first. Let's have a brief recap of the RTE Summit in Amsterdam that took place early November, and that was organized by our partner Gladwell Academy. And it was a really cool event. Amsterdam's a great city, and Agile Hive was sponsoring the event as a headline sponsor. You can see we are here in good company with other sponsors of the event, and even contributed our own session, or one customer of ours contributed a session. And that was a really good experience. We had great talks, and thanks again for everybody who joined us in Amsterdam. Great event, and we are already looking forward to the next year. Then there's news for the product itself. Probably you've received an email on this already. There will be a pricing update, or there was actually a pricing update for 1st of December this year. Agile Hive has adjusted its pricing. And if you are already an existing customer of Agile Hive, you might want to reach out soon, because there's an advantage pricing that you can secure for yourself. You probably want to make sure to not miss out on that, because you can save big. So make sure to visit our website at agile-hive.com/pricing and reach out to my colleagues Yannick and Thomas. Their contact information will be on that page. And also you can find all the information there, the detailed pricing for each of the user tiers, and a brief Q&A. So in case you have any further questions on that, just let us know and we'll get back to you immediately. So also, in case of any news concerning Agile Hive, you can always check out our blog. That's also part of our website. You can find it at agile-hive.com/blog. And I think the most recent article still the one concerning the SAFe Summit 2024 in Washington, D.C. But I am pretty sure we have something prepared for you before the Christmas season. So make sure to check out our blog regularly to not miss out on any updates. And as always, brief hint, if you are currently evaluating Agile Hive and you need more time for that, so usually the app comes with a 30-day free evaluation period when you try it out for free on the Atlassian Marketplace. If you need more time, because we understand that Agile Hive is quite a complex product, and you might want to set it up for your needs and configure some of the use cases that your company probably wants to tackle with Agile Hive. Just reach out to us via our service desk so we can extend your free evaluation period and probably even support you in the evaluation process, provide you with some knowledge and some insights into the product, or answer some of your questions. Moving on to the product updates and the demo part. And as always, brief overview at the beginning. So over the last few weeks, since the last review, the team managed to release 3 new versions. Most of them were actually bug fixes, because we are currently working on some bigger topics and some bigger features that just naturally takes some more time. And you can check out all the changes in our changelog. The URL is on the slide right here. As always, a reminder, so the last version that we shipped on December 4th was considered a major release by Atlassian, so one of the Jira administrators needs to manually upgrade in the Universal Plugin Manager. And there's there's something special about this version at the moment, at least. So there seems to be an issue with the Atlassian Marketplace. So the version is potentially live in the Atlassian Marketplace, but it's not being shown in your Universal Plugin Manager in Jira at the moment. So the UPM does not provide any update for Agile Hive at the moment, so you cannot upgrade to the latest release. This seems to be an issue with the Atlassian Marketplace, so we already are in touch with Atlassian about that, and we will hopefully receive a fix for that soon. So I think also they have some information on this incident on the status page for Jira and the Atlassian Marketplace. So you might want to check out the Atlassian status page for updates, or just, from time to time, check your Universal Plugin Manager within your Jira Cloud side for an update being available. As soon as you will be able to upgrade to the latest version, you will find a lot of new features also in Agile Hive waiting for you. So one of them is a highlighting for completed iterations or sprints in the team planning board. So you can see with one glimpse which of the iterations has already passed and is considered completed, and which one is still ongoing or planned. Then we do have another feature that's pretty neat, that's currently only available from the art planning board, but that will probably be extended to other locations or other UI elements in the app. And this is an indicator that shows you if there are unplanned team level issues still available for any of the features considered to be shipped in the art planning board. So we will get to that in a minute in the demo part. Then we do have an enhanced editing experience for some of our custom fields, which are assigned PIs and owning team. And you can now use inline editing to set or edit those fields directly from within the Jira issue view. So we will take a look at that as well. And also we do have extended project permissions for Agile Hive. So now Agile Hive comes with its own project permission, which is manage PIs and iterations. And this enables Jira administrators to define which of the users or user groups are allowed to access and edit the PI and iteration management for each of the projects on large solution and art layer that are configured in Agile Hive. So this makes it very easy to distinguish between people, like, for example, the RTE of an art. He or she should be able to configure the PIs or iterations for this art, while all the art members should not be able to do that. So this permission now enables administrators to define which users receive this permissions and which do not. So let's just switch over to our demo page. So you can see this is our internal demonstration page for today. As previously mentioned, the latest release is not yet publicly available on the Atlassian Marketplace due to an incident. So we will show you around in our staging environment. So if something looks a bit weird or odd and the demo data that you are seeing here is not 100% accurate, this is due to this being an internal demonstration site. So don't worry about it. It will most likely work just fine once it's general available to the public. So what we can see here is a team level project. We are in the report section, and now we will just move over to the team planning board. And as you can see, we have some PI selected, which is already passed. And you can see that the iterations up here are still highlighted. And this one is in a grayish color because this iteration has a Jira sprint mapped with it that is already marked as completed in Jira. So Agile Hive will now reflect this for the team project that we are in. And you can also see that for this iteration, which is not yet marked as complete in Jira, I am still able to create new issues or even drop issues in the planning board, while for the sprint or iteration that is already marked as complete, I can not do that. So if I try to drop the issue card in this area, Agile Hive won't let me do that because this sprint is already completed. Moving on to the art planning board. So we just went up one layer in the project hierarchy. We are now looking at the art level project. And we do have our art planning board for the selected PI here. And we can see that there are plenty of features that should be ready for delivery in the upcoming PI. And we can see that even all the dependencies, some bug issues on the team level that need to be resolved prior to this feature being ready for delivery. All of this looks pretty good, but you can see this little warning icon here. And this is telling me that this art level feature does have some child issues on the team level, which are not yet planned for any iteration. So even though all the issues that are currently planned make it, pretty realistic case that this will be delivered in the third iteration of the first PI of 2024, there might be some delays due to one or more issues that are connected with my art level feature not being planned at all. So if I click on the little warning icon, I am presented with a JQL query that will be automatically pre-populated by Agile Hive. And this gives you a good overview of all the issues connected to the art level feature that are not yet planned for any PI or any Jira sprint. So now when I am in PI planning with my team and the estimation says that this feature should be delivered in the third iteration, I can see, oh yeah, maybe we forgot to add some of the stories or the child issues to our PI plan, and we can now do that. And we exactly know which issues we should take a closer look at. So pretty neat little feature that prevents us from bad surprises once the PI has been started. Then let me just take a sneak peek. The inline editing. So let's just open up any of our issues. We are now on the art level, and you can see that there are plenty of custom fields. So for us at the moment relevant are the one which are marked as staging, as we are in our staging environment here. But it's very nice to show you the difference between the old behavior of those custom fields and the new behavior that you will be able to experience once our latest version hits the shelf in the Atlassian Marketplace. So the behavior that you know, for example, the owning team field, is that you can click here and you have that modal. And now you can select one of the teams that are working within that art to make this team the owning team for this art level feature. And this was the old experience. So now we do have the new experience. This is our staging field, which is the new one, basically. And this will replace, or this will upgrade the one in your site later, just for our testing environment. This is a separate field. And now we can just click here and have this drop-down menu, which is a bit more lightweight and more seamless than the modal, and that doesn't interrupt my workflow that much. So I can just use this to select any of the teams, and you can see now I got my owning team set without going the detour via the modal. The same applies for the assigned PIs field, by the way. All right. Let's jump back in here. And for the last feature, the permission, I will just go to this slide and present you with a screenshot, because permissions are not, maybe they're a bit boring. They're not that visual. So I just managed to grab a screenshot from the Jira administration, from the project, from the permission scheme configuration for the default permission scheme of my Jira site. And you can see that Agile Hive now provides you with the manage PIs and iterations permission on the project permission basis. So you can now go ahead and assign this with any project roles, users, user groups, whatnot, to enable users to edit the PIs and iterations for single or specific projects that you have added to Agile Hive on the solution, on the large solution or art layer. So this is very handy if you want to, for example, enable the RTE or the solution train engineer of one of the projects to edit the PIs and iterations for exactly the project they are responsible for, and not across all the arts in your organization. If you want to know more about the permissions, and we have more of that planned, you can check out our public documentation. We will add more information here as we complete and release those features. So the documentation at this URL will grow over time. Moving on with the migration from server and data center to cloud, you can see that we are still in the release process for our migration path version 2.0. Unfortunately, it took a bit longer due to several circumstances that occurred, but we are finally in the final steps of the process, and we are quite optimistic to have it ready before the Christmas break. So if you want to stay up to date on this, you can just visit our public documentation page for it, and we will update this as soon as the release is live. Taking a look at our short-term roadmap. So what is the team working on right now? What are the next things that we will take a closer look at? So already releasing or in release process is our update to the art report that displays the list of dependencies based on the art planning board, which has been previously based on the roadmap. So we received some feedback from our customers that once API is planned, so the PI planning has passed, it would be great to have the overview of dependencies based on the actual planning state instead of the roadmap. So this makes total sense, and we now distinguish between PIs that have not yet been planned and PIs that already do have a planning state on the team level. And the art dependency widget, the art report dependency widget will adjust accordingly. Then currently in progress, we do have extended support for changes in Agile Hive project hierarchy on the art and large solution levels. So as your SAFe organization grows, as you scale up the SAFe organization within your company, there might be the need to add a large solution layer, for example, or to move arts that have been working independently to a larger train because the way the value is being generated throughout your company. So Agile Hive will better support these kinds of operations. We will in a minute take a closer look at the concept that we have for that already, and it's already in the making, so we expect this to be available pretty soon. Another thing, or another feature that we are currently working on is the extended Agile Hive permission concept. We just took a look at the manage PIs and iterations permission, and as previously mentioned, there will be more coming over the next few weeks. For one, we will add a manage Agile Hive project hierarchy permission. So previously or until today, only Agile Hive administrators have been able to edit the My Organization project hierarchy, and we will introduce a dedicated permission for this as well. So you don't need to give the Agile Hive administrator permissions to, for example, your LACE team, to give them access to all of the app settings, but you can decide to only enable them to edit the project hierarchy, for example, and also a administer Agile Hive projects permission, which is again a project-based permission, just similar to the administer projects permission of default Jira. And this enables users to access the project settings within Agile Hive. So, for example, the member management for a project or the sprint and board mapping. Coming up is the reworked planning of art features in team boards. So as of today, you need to have art features planned in the roadmap for them to show up in all of the team planning boards of a specific art. And we received feedback on this not being a very realistic case for most of the arts and teams. So we will adapt to the solution that the Agile Hive data center version has in place as of today and provide some more better and more tailored options for teams to plan the art level features for each of the iterations and each of the PIs they are taking part in, with direct access to the art backlog, for example, and also with a better overview of the features that they are actually working on in the PI, compared to today, where teams do see all the features that the art has on the roadmap for a specific PI and not necessarily only the ones that my team is actually working on. So a lot of improvements coming up there. And as previously mentioned, we are currently already releasing the migration path update for Agile Hive specific custom fields. So keep your eyes out for this one. Now some more insights into the extended support for changes in the Agile Hive project hierarchy. You can see this is our draft of the process. As of today, you can just move any of the art level projects to the large solution train, hit one confirm button, and that was it. There might be some changes in the background that you don't necessarily want to have in the product. For example, if you move one art that has been running for a long time individually to a large solution, that art will no longer have access to the historic PI reports and information. The data is not gone at all, but just the interface does not provide any option to access it anymore. So we are going to improve this process and also the way our user interface, the options our user interface provides for the users at that point. So you can see here we want to move one art with 3 teams attached to it to a existing solution level project, which is called game development, and our art Wiesbaden should be moved over to this large solution train. And you can see that this is our current hierarchy for this art, and this is what it will look like after the move. We also have a portfolio level project up here, and now we can say, okay, let's move on with the process. And now Agile Hive will check in the back if there are any PIs that the art project that I'm currently moving over to the solution train that have been completed yet. So all of them will be listed down here. Also is checking for current PIs in both of the projects, because after the change to the project hierarchy has been conducted, we need to make sure that there's still only one PI running concurrently. So we will have a validation here. And also, in case any of the projects has any PIs planned already, they will be shown or displayed here and also be validated, because we need to make sure that there's no conflict between planned PIs also. And once everything looks fine here, so now I need to manually resolve this conflict for the current PI. As soon as I do this, I will be able to move the project and finish the process of moving this art to this large solution train, while being able to still access historic PI information and all the data that have been that have been assigned with my art previous to the hierarchy change. And For the last part, let's take a look at our longer term roadmap. So as already mentioned, we are in the process of implementing already the integration of existing arts in existing solution trains. This is what we just took a look at in the Outlook. Also, we are working on the implementation of Jira custom permissions. So the first batch has already been released or is in release, and more is coming over the next few weeks. Also, next up is the rework planning of art level features. This is access to the art backlog and disconnecting the team planning board from the art level roadmap. And coming up next year, probably February, somewhere around that, will be the implementation of reports for solution trains, and after that, for projects on the portfolio layer. In parallel, we are still working on a prototype implementation of flow metrics, enhancing usability and performance, as well as the stability and performance of our migration path from server and data center to cloud. So in case you have any feedback, you have any feature requests, you can always reach out via our service desk. And we are looking forward to talking with you about your individual requirements for Agile Hive and your company. And that was it for today. That was it for this year. Brief reminder, the next review will be on February 6th. So no January edition of the Agile Hive Cloud public review. We at Agile Hive wish all of you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hope you stay healthy and we see each other again in 2025. Thanks for attending today and see you soon. Bye-bye.